Okay, what do you like to do in Manhattan when you're back home?
Oh, I like to go shopping, go out to restaurants, go out to bars, the usual.
Absolutely. Every girl loves that. And your family's still back east, or where are they these days?
They're still back east.
See, that's what I'm talking about. There's too much enthusiasm. I like to shop. Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
What are you so excited about? Who cares? Oh, wow. You know what? It's not the worst idea in the world to be unimpressed by things. You know, I think that you don't have to swoon over every remark and agree with every remark.
No,
Is that
but you
not
can.
true?
No, but you can be interested. I mean, you're not going to say shopping. That's stupid. No, you want to be interested.
I didn't say.
You ought to engage her.
Guys, excuse me, I have hot plates coming through. Here we go.
Jacuzzi Pete in character. I love it.
And the halibut for you, sir.
You didn't get any appetizers? I think that's a move out of Feeney's playbook that I actually like quite a bit. Feeney, you've talked about sitting down and ordering every appetizer on the menu.
I call it the order of the wheel. Yeah, you order the wheel.
The wheel.
Yeah,
you get the wheel, right. They say, wow, this guy's really got, he really enjoys life. Money's no object. It's not about that. Let's just have one bite of every one and then take the rest.
We're not having all the appetizers. Just one calamari here, a little gaspar. It's absolutely right. It works gangbusters.
But you go straight for the halibut. It says that you don't really want to savor life.
The halibut.
Well, the waiter did make it sound delicious.
He did. He did a pretty good job. I like what are the specials? Pete's like, I don't know. Okay. It sounds like you guys are going to go off and get the check and go back to the hotel. Is that right?
Is it my fault I'm still observing the Lenten season post-Easter? I'm still sort of in a sort of seafood, no meat vibe.
Okay, so Tim's Catholic. Religion. Talk about religion. That's a great first date topic.
I'm Jewish.
Oh, check. Get the check, Tim. Am I right?
No.
Listen.
Wait a second.
From the
The
kitchen.
grand old master has
This is
went
just
away
my
now. The
opinion.
weed.
He's the owner.
From the
I
kitchen.
The owner's coming in to see if everything's okay.
I wouldn't start off with anything like, what do you do? What do you do on the weekends? I would start off with maybe like a Jesse James, Sandra Bullock, just some kind of gossip thing, just see what's going on
Current
in the world
events.
today.
That's a great idea. All right, Tim, go ahead. Start that off.
Oh, so the latest rumor and gossip in the city
Anything
of Angels,
like,
right?
can you believe that Jesse James? What a
It
jerk!
is very sterile, that's for sure. It does feel like a job interview.
Then
You don't
from
wanna-
there, it'll blend into the personal stuff.
I work
you're
for the
Jewish.
state. It's very rewarding
I dated a
work,
Jewish
and
girl before.
it's fulfilling work. Yeah, you don't want to get into that jazz, right?
And Tim, every couple of minutes you should be, so how's your wine? Because you want that first glass down and you want it down quick.
See, yeah, that.
Listen,
speaking
you
like
can
a pro.
Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, fellas. I'm not advocating, getting a woman loaded and so you can have your way with her. But on the other hand, a couple of wines is good for conversation.
Breaks the ice, Tim, am I right?
We're going to grab a post-drink at Shutters, no?
Shutters? What do you know about Shutters?
It's a famous spot down in Malibu.
Santa Monica, but you're close enough.
I'm close enough.
All right, wrap up the date.
Well, it's time for dessert, I think.
Oh, yes, the dessert list.
Oh, yes. We have some lovely...
You should have ordered oysters, too, right? Isn't that the thing to do? I think that's the cheese ball move.
If
That's
I
terrible.
could recommend something at this restaurant, I recommend the tiramisu.
Oh. You've been here before.
I'm not a big fan of tiramisu.
Oh, shut down.
Okay, all right. Well, we can try the creme brulee.
More wine, maybe?
We're on scotch by this point.
How about that Tiger Woods? Holy cow!
Isn't it unbelievable?
Hey, Louise, stop horning
I
in
like
on his
Louise.
date.
I like
He's
the
moving in on Tim's girl.
Hey, can you believe those fat cats in Washington? Just say that once in a while. It always works. All right, Tim. Now, Tim. Long story short, because I do have a flight. Talk about how do you take it to the next level? How do you take it to a drink afterwards? How do you take it to can I ask you out again?
Why don't you tell us?
I want to see how you do it.
Well, apparently the drink at Shutters is 86 already. So.
Well, I don't know. You haven't asked her yet. Ask her again.
Well, I would love to leave here and perhaps go for a drink at Shutters. I hear that's a lovely spot.
That sounds nice.
All right. Well, why don't you accompany me and
Hey,
Is
Tim,
this how you, Tim? When you've come out to Los Angeles, I've gone to baseball games with you. I've never once heard you say, "Hey, would you like to accompany me to the concession
To the
stand,
snack bar?
perhaps for a beverage?" I mean, what is this language you're using with this woman?
I'm trying to sound more intellectual.
That's a mistake. That's the worst mistake you can make. Why do you talk like the way you talk?
I'm a man with a GED, David. I'm sorry. we all can't go to IU.
Oh, snap.
Well, this isn't about me. We're talking about you're using words that you don't use.
Okay,
normally.
so he asked her to go to Shutters for a drink afterwards. That went great. So that worked out well. Tim, let's say you knew you liked her and you wanted her for one night and one night only. You were going to go for broke, take her back to your house. What's that come on like?
Well, again, we're going to be on our third spot of the evening.
Okay.
And then after I show my a few dance moves at the latest club, perhaps Lay Do or Teddy's or Hyde.
I had no idea it was 2005
You're
all
going
over
clubbing?
again.
Your first date, you're going clubbing?
Of course.
Well, she's had a few drinks at this point.
I'm a respectful lady.
Tim,
Rich girl.
make your love already.
You've got to see the young lady's dance moves in the first date, in my book.
Yeah, but you understand then she's going to see yours.
Well, hey, I'll roll with the best of them.
Now's not the best time to say this, Tim, but Katie's in a wheelchair. Continue.
Is this Kathy from Different Strokes?
Oh, too soon. All right, Tim, make love on her already. Go for it.
Listen, we're at Hyde right now. We're in the corner spot, the VIP table. We're knocking back some scotch, and then it's like, listen, my place is 10 minutes down the road. You're going to be there with me around 6 this morning, or else.
That ought to work, yeah.
Or else.
Show her the pistol. What
What does that mean?
Show her the knife.
Restraining
show her
order.
whatever weapon you're going to use to make sure that you push it across the finish
That
line.
honestly sounds like you're trying to rape me.
You know the last person, Tim, who used the what else line? It was Ted Bundy.
Or else there's 5 other hotties on the dance floor over there.
guys,
my time in LA is limited. I got to catch a flight next week to go back to my business school. So, I mean, you know?
Tim, bad news. Vicky from Long Island was on line 3 holding for a date, and she hung up the line.
Oh.
After that,
She called in,
See that
Tim.
now?
She called in.
and then hung up after that.
We
rape
lost
scene.
Vicky?
Yeah, Vicky from Long Island was on line 3. She hung up after that one.
Oh, Katie, well, listen, why don't you give us some notes real quick? What did you think of
How
Tim's
did he do?
performance? Where was he lackluster? Is
He
this
was a
a
little
man
too
you would go...
aggressive. I don't like a man that orders for me.
Oh, okay.
He didn't really seem like he was being himself, though. Saying words, apparently he doesn't say on a normal, everyday basis.
Okay.
And I don't like to dance. So he should have found that out before.
It's a good point.
What a combo, though.
No, good point. Good point.
1, 2, 3 strikes.
See, I would have stuck with the TMZ and Perez Hilton type of
How much
conversation.
TMZ? What is this? The Ellen DeGeneres show?
you
Ripping off the
believe that-
headlines?
can you- Can you believe that Kim Kardashian? That's insane.
If I walked
little
into a
leftover-
date, if I walked into a date and a guy said that, I would just leave.
You would just leave.
I would just leave.
So the
Gossip
wheeze
is
isn't for
order of
you.
the day, topic number 1.
Well,
What you're saying, Katie, is that you would not have gone home with him that night.
No.
Oh. On a scale from 1 to 10, rate his looks.
I only saw a picture briefly.
Well, yeah, he's in Rhode Island.
Like a 7.
Oh! That's
6,
great.
7.
6, 7, or 8, she
If
said.
he's a
I
7,
said 8. I said 6 or 7.
what's Jacuzzi Pete get?
Like a 6 or 7.
How dare you?
Oh, go. Oh,
It's the gray hair, Pete.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Well, I don't know who that's an insult to, though, because Jacuzzi Pete is worse than Tim, but Jacuzzi Pete has a wife. So I don't know really who.
Tim has not met the right woman. Overall, I would give Tim a solid C+, B- on this effort. It can improve. I don't think Katie and him are a match.
He seemed very nervous.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. You don't want to seem nervous.
You don't.
And Tim's greatest, his greatest virtue is his sense of humor. I saw precious little of it on this date.
He was trying. I mean, I got to tell you, you come back to my house or else was pretty funny. Or else. Tim, what were you thinking?
again, we're at a hot spot in LA. There's ladies all over the place. So.
Well, then go bang one of them.
I either gotta stick or move on. What are you gonna do?
So, or else you'll find your own way home because I'm going to end up with one of these ladies. It wasn't you're going to end up in a hole with a 50-pound bag of lime.
We gotta move here.
Oh my God! All right.
Well, all right.
I think that was very successful. I'm very much a fan of this book.
Here's what we got to do. We'll try this again in the near future.
Right.
We'll get maybe Vicky from Long Island will call back in. Maybe we can get some other ladies to give it a shot.
Any listeners, call in, please. And if you want love, Tim has it for you.
Yeah, I think you were lackluster, Fiend. You're not helping your friend at all with the advice you gave.
What are you talking about?
How'd you help him?
I gave him some advice, didn't I, Bats?
Absolutely. You totally did.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. He's got my back, unlike you.
Hey, Tim, looks like
Yes.
Seven Roethlisberger's going to get off of this thing, huh?
Well, again, until the next time, this guy, he's got to learn a lesson somewhere, David. He's really playing with fire.
Yes, he is. Strike two, eh?
His hubris is out of control right now. He's going to be in some serious trouble somewhere down the line, and you and I are going to suffer for it. So.
It sounded like to me like I would bet if you had asked me that Seven's words probably in that bathroom were, "Hey, you'll come in here or else."
Excuse me. Here's the check.
Oh.
Are we still in the restaurant? I don't know.
No,
we're done.
They're dancing now.
too
They're out
late.
on the dance floor at Hyde.
No, he's too
apparently.
busy choking her with some piano wire in the back, behind the restaurant.
All right, Katie, thanks so much. And Tim, we'll look forward to catching up with you soon, man.
All the best, guys.
All right,
Good luck.
Bats. I'll call you later. Thanks, buddy.
Very
Take care.
good.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
So how do you think that went?
I think that went terrific.
You do?
I think that was terrific.
like that?
I liked the bit. I liked everything about it. They were great.
Let you know. It
I'm not
reminds
sure
me real
Katie
quick,
was the best date.
Is it time to wrap? You know what? I'm not going to argue with you about it.
One word answer. She disappointed me.
Well, maybe she wasn't impressed. You can't force it. You know.
Now that Tim's off the air, what did you
The
really
heart
think?
wants what it wants.
What'd you really think, Kate?
She's gone.
She's gone. Great.
All right. Is it time to wrap up the show, Jacuzzi Pete? We're overdoing it already here.
Let's kick it.
Enough's enough.
I got business.
Let's leave on a high note.
That was a high note? Oh, if that was a high note.
No, wait. Dave wants to rate cereals. Let's do that first for another 20 minutes.
How dare you? I'm not interested in your attacks like that. You know what? Here's what we're thinking about doing. Just a programming note. We're talking about, we'll see if this comes together. This Tuesday, the Dodgers play their home opener for the season. Midday, there's talk of Feeney, Jacuzzi Pete, and Damashek making way over to Chavez Ravine and recording it.
How great would that
maybe
be?
even shooting video of it. And wouldn't that be a dandy time?
That'd be terrific.
Our first trip of the 2010 season out to wonderful Dodger Stadium.
You and I
Always
go
was-
about 4 or 5 times a year. Why not record it this time?
Oh, at least.
It'll be a blast.
4 or 5 times a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Oh,
Yeah.
at least. Yeah.
At
But
least, yeah.
It'll be a blast. It'll be a blast.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that. If not, we'll have something for you next week. And what else, Jacuzzi Pete? What else is there? We got to, again, go check out that video that Jacuzzi Pete shot. Tiger Woods' latest conquest.
And our Twitter account. Everyone sign up. 2 Daves on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, subscribe to the podcast. Yeah, maybe I should mention that, too. AdamCarolla.com, Daves of Thunder. Subscribe to the podcast. Listen to it once. Download it twice. There's the Yub Nub song. Oh, that's what we got to talk about, too.
Next week.
I just saw on the cover of Entertainment Weekly, it is the 30th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back.
Holy shit.
You mentioned
Yeah.
that you think Return of the Jedi is a terrible picture.
Yeah.
You also think that Indiana Jones's third movie, not the fourth one that everybody agrees was awful, but the third one is terrible, and the
trash.
second one is great.
Temple of Doom is brilliant, just like Empire Strikes Back is brilliant. Crusade and Jedi, both trash.
Well, I was at Jacuzzi Pete's home the other night, and what did I
Oh,
see
no
tucked
kidding.
in the corner there? A lightsaber. He has a lightsaber there. He's a Star Wars nerd. And his wife told me a story about how when they drove across the country, he had an R2-D2 seat belted in. I mean,
When's my wife going to learn to keep quiet?
This transcends even my Star Wars love, that he traveled with an R2-D2.
Oh my
Seat
God.
belted into the car, the back seat for the entire 5,000-mile ride. So anyway, he knows what he's talking about too. So we also have to do that.
Right.
Baseball games, Star Wars analysis, Dr. Jones analysis, so much to come. Make sure you check into Daves of Thunder and everything on AdamCarolla.com. In the meantime, thanks so much, podcasters. It's been a thin slice of heaven.